How's everyone doing today? I just wanted to hop on the mic real quick and explain the two trades I took today and why I took them, why I got in, why I got out, and all that fun stuff that comes with trading. And this video is going to be about managing your trades properly, knowing when to get in, knowing when to get out, and yeah, because not only do you need confirmation to get in the trade, but you also need confirmation to get out of the trade. And I think I do a good job here in this video with these two good trades here, explaining why I stayed in some of the trades I did and why I got out of the other trade. All right, so first trade we're going to look at is the winner. We had one winner, one loser today, but the winner outweighed the loser today. And when that happens, you manage your risk properly. And I ended up with a small green day, which is nice. So here we had a high of daybreak, as well as, let's just zoom into Friday actually. So hopefully it's pretty clear to see. We had this 200 level here. This yellow line is obviously the key level of 200, and then this orange line you see here is the bottom of this wedge that I formed on the daily. And this is the bottom. Obviously you can see we're here right now. This is the wedge, and we broke below the wedge, and we came up to test this key level of 200 and also the bottom of the wedge. So I was pretty cautious about playing this, but I took 0-day expirations on my option contract, so I knew that this thing was either going to move fast or move slow, and then I'd get chopped out. So I was hoping for a quick spike up and take profits fast, which is exactly what happened here. What happened here was, first thing I saw was an arval spike. So you can see this yellow indicator here. So I knew that the relative volume was already peaking, was already going up for the 5-minute candle you see here, but it closed below the $200 level. It closed at 199.96, which was not a good sign because we really wanted to see it close above this 200 level, which is exactly what I wanted for. And I didn't get in this candle. I actually got on this candle because then we started seeing some momentum here. We broke above again, and now that told me that buyers are stepping in here. We have this nice little trend line here. Let's see if I can draw it real quick for you guys. It's a nice little, trend line. Obviously not the prettiest trend line you see right here, but there was a trend line that it was holding to. So I hopped in calls right here, and then I got out actually like right here. This might be like more about right here, but I pretty much called the top of this. Now, I got in because we broke above 200 with some decent volume. We had an arval spike, so I knew that volume was already coming in. We were basing in supply. We were kind of holding around here, then we started peaking above, so I know that sellers were about to get terminated here. And then that's when I entered. I entered 0-day and made this nice quick pop. My initial target was this 202 level actually. And basically what I do on these targets is I wait and see how price reacts to these levels. So initially it was 201, sorry. 201 was my first kind of skeptical target. I was worried that, this bottom of the wedge was going to get triggered, 200 was going to kind of pull us back in, and for honestly, I thought, I was screwed. I thought I was going to take another loser, continuing my losing streak from yesterday, which was not a good feeling. But this is a crazy market, and it was super volatile. So what happened was this thing peaked below 200. I got super scared. Yesterday, me honestly would have just said, "Oh shoot, let's just get out here with a 50% loss." And it was a pretty substantial loss. I wouldn't say it was 50. It was probably like 30%. I would have taken the L here, which would not have been fun. You're probably thinking, well, how? Well, that's because it's a 0-day expiration, and that's what happens when you play options. You can either lose a lot in very little time, or you can make a lot. So I was thinking, my stop's below this candle, or whatever it was. My stop was right around 199.5. So I gave it a little bit of room to breathe, and sure enough, this candle, let's say the low, this candle was 199.51. So literally I got saved by 1 penny, which is wild if you think about it, but we stuck to the plan. We didn't get stopped out, and boom, buyers came in right here. You can see this nice arval spike, nice heavy buying pressure here. I thought this thing was easily going to rip to 202.64, especially based on this candle alone. I thought, buyers, here we go. We've got the airplanes on our side. Let's do something about it. And no, that's not what happened. So the next target I had was 201.5 to see how it reacted. And you can't see it from these candles alone, but you could tell that it had some trouble here at this 201.5 level. So we kind of tried to peek above here. We couldn't. We came back down, we came back up again, we couldn't, we rejected this. This candle was kind of a huge tug of war, and I said, you know what, I'm really not liking this. Arval was coming in still, but sellers were kicking in. Sellers were like, no, 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 you got to come back down. And then look what happened. You could see it sold off the entire rest of the day, and we are still heading down right now. As you can see, we're just on this downtrend. So I literally took profits at the top, which I'm super happy about. I'm super happy with that exit because I know a number of traders who actually took the L on this trade and they got greedy. They said, oh, I have profits. I'm already, $1.50 up from entry. I'm still going to go for the home run. But trading is not about the home runs because you want to take profits when you have them. I can't stress enough how many times if you have 10, if I make $10 a day for 10 days, that's $100. And if I have a $100 account, well, I just doubled my account in 10 days. People don't understand that it's okay to take profits when you have them. Green is green. If you didn't stick to the plan, that's one thing. But there's no exception as to why, this contract was up, I made, I think, 30-40% on this contract. There's no reason not to take profits here. And that was a huge lesson learned for a bunch of people and also a lesson learned for me because we can all learn something from our winners too. I respected my stop loss. I respected my plan. I observed how price was reacting from these levels, and I decided to sort of take profits where I saw fit. If this thing were to rip past and come back, bounce off this 200 level, I actually was considering on getting back in this level, but ultimately I did not because of ES. And another major reason as to why I took profits here was because if we look over here, we can see that ES was in supply here, which was a huge thing. So if I just zoom in here, it was nearing supply. It was near 90-minute supply. I took profits here. It was bouncing off this 30-minute. And sure enough, it was bouncing. Sure, there was a trend line here that could have saved me and I could have bounced back up. But already look at this. Boeing was already going down. The next candle, it was still weak. You can see the crosshairs. And I thought that was a pretty good spot to take profits at. We were nearing supply. I said, all right, that's a good enough for me. Next trade over here, we have NQ. And honestly, I was pretty happy with this trade as well. I know I might get a lot of heat for this one, but maybe I can convince you on this setup here. It was an NQ trade, and I went long here. Now, some of you might be thinking, why are you going long here? It's very dumb. We're selling off this whole day. But at the time, I didn't know that. So let's just zoom on over here to, let's just look at the half of the screen here. And so I saw, let's just zoom out so you get a clearer picture. So we're coming into here, and we bounced off the supply. We're coming back, and it seems like it's a balancing day, right? It seems like we're just bouncing, ping-ponging back and forth. And I saw that we tested this 4-hour demand already once. It's a 1300 level. It's a huge psychological level. And we were up, we had a nice little bounce from here. It kind of acted as like a ping pong table here. We bounced, came back down, bounced a little bit, came back down. And you could see that there was a huge spike in volume here, huge spike in volume. Arval went off, huge spike in volume. So I got in actually right around here when it was green. And it was a huge engulfing candle at the time. I was super excited about this entry. I had the world on my side here. I was thinking this thing's easily going to reverse, and I was going to take profits extremely fast, which was at 13.55, and I would have made another nice profit to end the day, but that didn't happen. On the next candle you can see here, we went down and I stopped out for, it was like maybe a 10% loss, not much, 8% maybe. Yeah, it was about 10%, a little less, maybe 9%. So wasn't happy. I didn't get the best fill on this. Thinkorswim has obviously been giving everyone some problems. But yeah, I was super happy on this trade. I had all the confirmation in the world. If you look at the 15-minute chart, obviously, you're not going to see the best of trades. But you also have to understand that we had this nice wick here. In the middle of the trade here, I had this nice, so I got in right around here. We had this nice trade, nice wick here, nice volume here, 11.15, pretty abnormal. And I thought, we got to retrace to VWAP. Maybe we can test this key level here at 13.055 and make some money. But we stopped out for a loss, and it's a good thing we did because we sold off the remainder of the day. And it looks like we're still kind of struggling around here. So yeah, those are the trades. I learned a lot from those trades, emotions, and where to stop out, where to enter. So really happy with those trades, regardless of the results. And I know that that's what is going to make me a better trader in the long run. Just keep journaling, keep in check, and yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks for watching.